guys, it's Eric here at Farpoint Restorations and Repairs. Today we'll be taking a second look at the Kingbolen K7. Big change in the K7 is they went from a 3-year subscription to a lifetime subscription. So if you buy this tool, which is a mid-grade tool, maybe a low pro-grade tool, I'm not sure exactly where to categorize it. It does quite a bit of stuff. But if you buy it, lifetime updates, which is a pretty sweet deal. I've got a vehicle outside that has a misfire, I believe. It has a check engine light. We'll figure out what's going on there. But let's go ahead and take this thing out of the box and we'll get it fired up and we will take a look at it. As far as software goes, not a ton has changed. The quick start manual, but we'll go ahead and get it out of the box here. Here it is, and it is a wireless unit. So it has a Bluetooth dongle that's going to be connected to it. And not magnetic or anything like that. No storage place that I can see to put it. So just be aware, probably want to hang on to the case. Now it does come with a power pack, you know, the power plug. And it comes with, like, because this thing is a globally sold, different fittings for different states, or different countries, I mean. And a USB-C cable, if I can pull it out of there. There it is right there. So we got that. Nice little setup. Okay, I'm going to pause the camera. I'm going to go ahead and get it registered, and then let's take a look at this thing. All right, so here's the tool. While it's booting up, I'll go ahead. Power button up top, nice grab handle on this side, big thicker, and then your I/O ports here. We have a USB-C and a regular USB port there. It looks like you could mount something to it, although I don't know what that would be. This side, nothing. The back does have a camera, so it is good for doing inspections or at least photographing what's going on there. So we're going to do this in English. We'll turn the screen up so y'all can hear that, and we'll turn that up so you can see that. Okay, and we can go through there, swipe to return the previous layer. All right, so here it is. A nice, I like the layout of it. This is everything, so just so you're aware of that, right? All right, with it all logged in here, we'll go through this stuff here, the store, and if you wanted to purchase different vehicles, if you could see the dates, all the way through 2035. Oop. So yeah, a lot of stuff going on there. OBD2, we're going to connect. Oh, I don't have anything. We'll get out of that for right now. Let's cancel that. All right, so OBD2 and scan, those are going to be generic versus the vehicle. Resets, let's take a look at oil resets. You can see here a lot of resets available. Window calibration, tire pressure, transport, tire size adjust, steering angle, start stop, sunroof initialization, odometer reset, that's odometer, oil reset, seat calibration, injector coating. I mean, the list goes on. Anti-theft, key, DPF regeneration, electronic water pump, AdBlue, so on and so forth, adaptive lighting, everything. Repair info, we can go out to Chrome. We can use Yahoo Mail. We have a calculator built in. Square point of sale, I'm not sure what that is. That might be a version of shop management. Coverage list, file manager, and user's manual is all in there as well. Updates, I'll bet there's a bunch. Let's refresh it. Yeah, there's 40 that are ready to go. I'm not going to do those right this second because I want to take this outside and take a look at a car with you. Modules, let's see what we got here. So we can add a battery tester, an oscilloscope, a printer, a video boroscope, and a tire pressure monitoring sensor programmer. So those are the options you can pick up for this thing. And then we have file, and we get it. Let's find out what this thing is. So it's Kingbolen. Let's see if it tells. Capacity is 32 gig. That's what it has on here. I was wondering if it would show, but it looks like it won't. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to show me what, and bring that down. Video, Bluetooth, clipboard, rotate, and camera settings are also locked tool. You can't get into the Android system underneath it. But yeah, it's a pretty good setup. So look, I got a car that needs to be fixed. Let's go see if we can fix it. It's got a misfire, I believe. This is random. It was parked, it was running fine. Now all of a sudden it's not. So let's see what we can figure out. Let's do it. All right, I've got the AC on, I got the car running, but you can see check engine light, traction control, all that stuff are lit up because we do have a code. And I feel like there's a bit of a vibration. So I'm gonna guess we got a misfire going on here, but we'll use this tool to diagnosticate that. Yeah. One problem I wish that all manufacturers would get in their head is having a bracket on the back so I can hang this thing while I'm working on it, but that's okay. Let's go in here. I'm going to connect via Bluetooth. We'll try the generic first. Now I'm not going to go into the deep systems here, but just to see if it'll register it. So it's going to roll through. All right, I already found a match. It's got the vehicle. We're going to enter that. And we've got all kinds of things we can get into here. So it did find that, no problem. Let's get out though. I want to get in and do the actual vehicle. So let's see if it'll find it through auto search here. There we go. 2010 Toyota Sienna. So it found that, no problem. Took what, 4 or 5 seconds to do that. No big deal. And it is a 16 pin. I'm just going to go in there and search to see what systems are available. And it is 2001 through there, so let's go with others. Does have radar cruise, does have a smart key. And we click OK, we should get into the main system. It's going to scan the vehicle. And we got a health report. So I'm going to check that health report and it's going to tell me I've got a problem. All right, it's got 2 codes. Oh, 3 codes in the ECM. Radar cruise has a code. Anti-lock brake has a code. And it's just rolling through. And it's got a nice timer there to let you know how long it takes to go through all this, but it's booking through it really. All right, took about 1 minute and 20 seconds to go through all of it. Let's take a look at that report. All right, Kingbolen. So it's just telling us, hey, we got some issues. You press that button. Ignition coil primary circuit open 356 row. Bad coil or bad plug, it looks like. That's cylinder number 6. And so very common failure on these things. Back bank is gets real hot. It's stuck between the rain gutter tray, you know, like the wiper tray, and the intake manifold, and the exhaust manifold's tucked in there, so that's not unusual. Let's see what ABS, engine system control malfunction, ignition coil malfunction, right? It got a ton of codes for that, and then just generic, right? So it's all in there. Let's go back out of that, and we can get in here and do some, we're gonna get into powertrain, and we're gonna take a look at some live data to see, you know, hey, first we know let's take a look at freeze frame data. It might tell us something. Pending, current, and history. So that code is telling me, hey, I've got a bad coil or a bad plug, probably both. All right, now let's take a look at data stream here, and I don't know if this car should have misfire. Let's see here. I'm gonna scroll through. You can take a look at how many of these there are. Fuel trim status, of course, it's going to be, there's a misfire there. Look at all the things that you can check on this car. And we'll get into let's see. Well, I'll open up a couple that are not related to the misfire, but just to show you injector volume. So we can use these to figure out what's going on here. I'm not going to get into a ton of this. Obviously, I don't want to run this car for too long because it actually has an active problem. Keep screwing around with a misfire, and you will soon find yourself with a bad catalytic converter. The car's running, so I can't do these tests, but check it out. We can control all these items as well in the engine system. Control the electric cooling fan, activate the vacuum pump, starter relay to see if it clicks. We can control the VVT. We're definitely not going to do that right now, but that's important stuff if you think you have a bad VVT. Vent valves and vacuum valves for your evap system. solenoids on the transmission if you were having a transmission issue, and hopefully you're not. And then special functions, let's get into that real briefly. So this doesn't cover everything, obviously, but it's for what it is. Manual throttle matching, we can customize some of the settings. Now let's see what we can get into there. All right, so wireless door lock, we can tell this thing to lock and unlock when we put it in gear, which I have done. Illuminated entry, let's get into warnings. I'm kind of tired of, there's these things beep at you all the time with various warnings. Let's see if we can shut some of that off. And again, some of this might be available, some might not. I've owned probably 40 scan tools at this point, and I don't know that I've ever come across one that does it all. But I'm sure it's out there. Actually, I'm sure it's not out there. There's no way. Oh, no, nothing there. Yeah, there's some other ones in here. I don't want to get into that right now. Let's get into some of the other systems this thing has. Let's go to chassis and see what we can get into. Well, we can take a look at anti-lock brake, I guess. And so it does have a code. The code is just saying, hey, there's a code in the engine. A little trick these manufacturers will do to you is, even though you have something minor like an evap code, they'll freak you out by setting all these other traction control and all the rest and ABS, when in reality those systems could operate completely fine, but they want you to get that fixed. They want to do it no matter what. We'll get into actuation tests and see what it can do on there. So we have motor relay, stoplight relay, solenoid relay, ABS warning. We can turn all those on. Slip indicator, brake warning light, and then we can actually activate solenoids on the ABS computer with this. So that's pretty nice. I don't think there's many special functions, but we can give it a shot here. Okay, so we do have ABS bleeding. Reset the memory, we can go into test mode, and we can go into inspection mode. So that's kind of cool. That's a little more than I expected out of that, honestly. All right, let's see. Let's get out of that, and let's take a look at body codes. So SRS is available, air conditioning, body control module, doors. That's about it. Let's get out of this all together and wrap this up, I think. A little beep to remind you to pull your dongle out there. So there it is. We can go into demo mode. We can go into history. A lot of coverage. I'll slowly scroll through this here. So this is, like I said, a mid-level scan tool. If you are a B-Tech and aspiring to be an A-Tech, this is probably where you want to start. Does it cover every car? Pretty much. Does it cover every system in every car? I'm sure it does not. As you saw, we had an issue with trying to get into a couple of the body control module parts on this car. Again, that could be updates would fix that. And of course, manufacturers of these tools are constantly providing updates and fixes, so it very well could be that as well. But you see all the big brands and all the small ones too, which is really nice. All right, now I guess I'll do one more thing with you since we, let's see here. I want to go back into repair info. Now I'm going to go on to Chrome. So let's take a look at PO356. It even knows it's a Toyota. Right, it says a code there, right? Well, we got this problem here. How do I fix this? Oh no, I checked it. I got a list with coil. What does that mean? Let's see what Sienna chat says. All right, there we go. So AI overview. Wow, thank God for AI. Toyota Sienna is experiencing a malfunction in the ignition coil circuit for cylinder number 6. The code indicates a problem, blah, blah, blah. Here's a video on how to fix it. It's probably a coil. Could be a wiring issue. Could be a spark plug issue. Location for coil. Refer to your vehicle's manual on how to replace coils. It doesn't tell you. AI's not that smart, eh? Oh, that's good. All right, check the codes, which is this. There's that Sienna chat again, but it doesn't want to open. How do I fix it? You replace it. And we can get into that. So there you go. I mean, it's not a terribly long video. I've covered it even more in depth on the last time I reviewed the K7. The biggest thing you want to know about this at this point is that the tool is now lifetime updates for the cost. So you buy the tool once, you pay for it. I know a lot of you, especially with the beginner and mid-level tools, complain that you don't want to have to pay for fixing this stuff constantly and having to update it and all the rest. Well, here you go. Here's your tool. Here's your tool. Till next time, my friend.